having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. The temperature's rising, it isn't surprising, she certainly can. She started the heat wave by letting her feet wave, and in such a way that the customers say that she certainly can. Gee, her anatomy made the mercury jump to 90.
Okay. Hi, this is David Deal. I'm the Facilities Director here at Collington. And we're very pleased to have with us today Mr. Wayne Meyer, who is with Pepco EnergyWise Thermostat program.
How you doing?
And he's going to explain to us today some of the simple basics on how to turn on your thermostat, turn off your thermostat, as well as go through some of the programming as well. So Wayne, if you'll show us some of the simple basics.
Okay. First of all, I want to start with just turning the light on or off. Right now, the light happens to be on full time, and some people like that, and some people may not like that. If you want to change it, it's pretty simple. What you're going to do is go in on the menu button, push that, and then you're going to arrow down to Other Settings, and then you can hit the center button and go in, and now it says backlight is on. You push the center button, it says you're going to on. Now you're going to arrow up to automatic, and then you're going to hit the save button right here and save it. And then you're going to hit home, get out of there, and now the light will go off automatically, and it will come on automatically when you touch a button, or it'll shut off if you don't, in like 5 or 10 seconds.
Gotcha. Now can you...
Next, we'll review how to program the thermostat so the light stays on. First, press the menu button. Then, on the menu, scroll down to Other Setting. Then press the center button, and you have a choice of on or auto. Make the selection, then press Save, then press the home button to restore the screen to normal. Next, Wayne will tell us how to turn the system heating and cooling off and on.
So, to turn it on or off is very simple. What you can do is come over to the system button, and when you hit that, it tells you you're on heat. Hit it again. You have auxiliary heat. You wouldn't use that, but that's for emergency heat. You have off. That just shuts it off. The system will not run. And then you have, one more time, you have cool. That'll be for your air conditioning. That's your 4 systems that you have to tell the thermostat what system do you want it to eventually run.
Now Wayne, my understanding is that this thermostat can actually be set as an automatic thermostat where you can program it, or an old style manual thermostat. So show us how we would get that setting out of the thermostat.
Okay. For a lot of people that just like to move the thermostat up and down like our older thermostats like we always had, is you want to make sure it's in the manual mode. And so the first thing you can do is when you walk up and you see it set at the temperature is 71 degrees and the setting's at 71 and it's on cool, if you move the temperature up or down, you can move it up or down. You don't see anything else on the screen. You know that your thermostat is like an older style thermostat, like an old Mercury or whatever, a manual one, where if you move it to a certain temperature, it'll stay there, up or down, it doesn't matter. Now, if it's in the manual mode and you come over and accidentally hit the run button, which is right here, if you hit that, you'll watch this temperature jump. Okay, it jumped to 74. Now the programming part of the thermostat took over. It's now not a manual thermostat. So that when you move a thermostat, when you hit the arrow down or arrow up button, when you start moving it, you'll notice that it's giving you an option for permanent hold as you do that. So right now we're on the programming side. And if you don't want that, you want to stay on the manual side, what you're going to do is see it disappear in about 3 seconds. So what you're going to do is arrow up or arrow down, and there it says permanent hold right here. You hit that button right there. So what you've told the thermostat to do is, I don't want the programs to come to life. I want my thermostat as an old style manual. So all I got to do is arrow up to whatever temperature I want, and wherever I go, it'll stay there permanently. Okay? That's how you make the thermostat permanent hold. And then that'll be like an old style thermostat.
So run in the screen would indicate an old manual style, or it would say permanent hold, and that would start giving you the automatic programming side.
Right. So if you want the thermostat, now that we're on manual, and if you want to program your thermostat, and that's the last step that we're going to show you today, is if you want a programmable thermostat, the first thing you would do is walk up and hit the run button. Okay? What that does tells the thermostat, I don't want just to manually move it up and down myself. I want to be able to set it up to 4 times a day. I can do 4 different time zones and 4 different temperatures. As an example, let's say I wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I want it 76 degrees. I leave the store. I leave the house and go to the store. And let's say I leave at 11 o'clock and I want it 74 degrees when I'm gone. And then when I come back at 3 in the afternoon, I want it back to 76. And let's say I go to bed at 10:30. I want it 72 out, like a cooler, let's say, as an example. So you have 4 different time zones that you can actually set the thermostat with 4 different temperatures. Okay? Now, to do that, we've already hit the run button, so we told the thermostat, I want to become a programmable thermostat. So that's the first step. So now what you're going to do is, where you see the word menu, you're going to hit the menu button. Okay, and we're highlighting the clock. We want to arrow down till we highlight the word programming, because we're going to program the thermostat. So once that's highlighted, now you come and hit the center button, and then it says heating, or if I move down, there's cooling. So let's say we're in the cooling season. So we highlight cooling, program, hit the center button. That takes us into now, you have 3 choices. You can do a Monday through Friday schedule, which you can do all 5 days at one time. Okay, and then you could come back and you could do a Saturday, Sunday schedule where you can just set Saturday and Sunday with the exact same settings. Or you could arrow down and do 7 days individually. You could do Monday with your 4 settings, Tuesday with your 4 settings, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. So we're going to do the simple way. We want Monday through Friday the same. So we're going to set it one time. We'll do all 5 days at once. So we're going to arrow back up to Monday through Friday on the cooling. You can hit the center select button. Okay. Now, here's where it says Monday through Friday cooling. And you got morning is when you wake up, daytime leave the house, evening is when you get back in, and then nighttime would be like bedtime. That's kind of the 4 general time zones that they give you, and you can use it for however you want on that. So as you see, in the morning, it says 4:45 a.m. Now, and that's highlighted, so that's the one we're dealing with right now. So let's say we wake up in the morning at 7:30. So we got to take that 4:45, we're going to arrow up, and keep hitting it till you see 7 o'clock. Now it says 7 a.m. That's your first one. That's set. So now we got to always arrow to the right to move this down the ladder. So arrow to the right. We come over to the temperature. And let's say we want that 73 degrees. It says 71 now, so we're going to arrow up to 73. Okay? So now that's completely done. So we're going to arrow to the right, and you'll see it come down to the next one. Daytime is, let's say we leave the house at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So it says 8 o'clock. It's highlighted, so we're going to go up to 9 o'clock. Okay, now it says 9 o'clock, and then we're going to have to arrow to the right to bring it over to the temperature. And let's say we want that 76 degrees. It's showing 74, so we know we need to go up to 76. So hit it twice, and now it's 76 degrees. Again, we arrow to the right, brings us down here to the evening. Let's say we get home at 5 o'clock. It's right on the money. Don't have to do anything. Now, arrow to the right, and let's say we want it 73. So it's 74 now, so let's arrow down 1, and there's 73 degrees. Now we're done with that one. Arrow to the right, bedtime, that says 10 o'clock. Let's say we go to sleep at 10:30. So we know at 10 o'clock we got to go up to 10:30. All right, and then we got to arrow to the right to bring it over here. And let's say we like it 72. We like it a little cooler. It says 74 right now, so we're going to arrow down to 73 to 72. Okay? Now, if you're happy with all that, if you made a mistake and you say, oops, I need to change evening 5 o'clock, I need 5:30, so you can actually arrow back and you can watch it back up and go up, and I need to make that to 5:30, so let's go up from 5:15 to 5:30. We're happy with that. Now we can arrow back and move it back where we were. If we're all done, it says save right there, so the button below it is save Monday through Friday cooling. We're going to save that because that's what we want. Okay? Now we've done the weekdays on cooling. So now we're going to go back in the cooling program, so it hits the center button. Now we're going to come down, arrow down to where it says Saturday, Sunday is highlighted. And we're going to do the weekend. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing with that. So you got to hit the center button to go into it. And you have your same screen where you got morning, day, evening, and night. And the same schedule. Let's say we wake up at 8 o'clock there, and it says 6. So we're going to arrow up all the way to 8 o'clock. We're sleeping in a little bit. And we're going to arrow to the right, and we want it 75 degrees. So 71 right there. So let's arrow up to 75. Okay? And then you're going to continue to arrow to the right again. And let's say we leave the house at 10:30. That says 8 o'clock, so let's go up to 10:30 in the morning. And there's your 10:30, arrow to the right, and we like it 77 when we're gone, so let's go up to 77, okay? And then arrow to the right, as we always do. Evening when we get home, we're gonna get home at 6 o'clock on the weekend, so let's go up to 6. There you have 6 p.m., and then we're gonna arrow to the right. That says 74, and we're happy with the 74, so we're good there. We're just gonna arrow to the right again, and we're gonna be up a little later on the weekend, so we're gonna say 11 o'clock. That says 10, so we gotta go up 4 times, because it moves 15 minutes at a time. And there it says 11 o'clock, and then arrow to the right to move us over here, and then we want it 72 when we go to bed, so we're gonna arrow down to 73 to 72, okay? Now, if you're happy with all that, again, if you made a mistake, you can always arrow back and go up and correct something up and down, and then just arrow back down to where you were. And if you're happy with Saturday, Sunday cooling, and there's it says save again, and hit the save button. Okay, now we're completely done with the cooling system. We've done Monday through Friday at one block, and we've done the Saturday, Sunday in another block. We're completely done. Okay, now what you would do then is you can hit home, and you can get completely out of there. Okay, now the heating is just exactly the same way. When you want the heating seasons here, then you can go the same way. So what you can do is, again, menu, only button you got, arrow down, programming is highlighted because you're going to program the thermostat. Hit the center button, you're going in. Now it's already there, heating program, hit the center button, go right into that. And then Monday through Friday again, like we did before, same thing, go into that. And then it says at the top, Monday through Friday heating, so we can do our weekdays again. And you can just change it up and down to whatever you want to do. Each one, arrow to the right, up and down. And just walk all the way through. And then once you change something, it'll always give you the option to save. So you can come all the way down here. If your settings are okay, you can hit save. There's a save button. Okay, now, you're going to go back into heating again because we still got to do the weekends, Saturday, Sunday. So, heating program, we're going to hit the center button again, and we're going to come down, arrow down, it says Saturday, Sunday. Now, we're going to do that. There's the center button right there. And again, here's our same morning, day, evening, and night that we're going to do. So, you can change anything you want, move it to the right, lower it up and down. You can walk all the way through it. I'm just going to move through fast because we've done it. And then it says save at the end. So, we're going to hit the save button. There's your check mark, setting saved. So now we've set the cooling season and the heating season on a programmable thermostat of 4 different times each day at 4 different temperatures. And the easiest way to get out of there now is hit home. That's your home page of your, like your computer, this would be the home page of your thermostat. And then you're back and it's 72 and it's set for 76 like we set it. And it'll change as each time zone comes, it'll move it to that temperature. And that's if you want to do it that way. Now, let's say that programs are working great, you love it, and let's say that you got somebody come visit you for a while and then you're uncomfortable, or it's kind of that spring or fall season where you're not sure if you want it hot or cold, and you actually just want to run it manually. So you want to go back to your manual thermostat. That's very easy. So all you got to do is arrow up or arrow down, and you'll see it, it'll say across here, manual thermostat or permanent hold. Okay, so all we got to do is change to a different temperature like that. And then it says permanent hold right here. We have about 3 seconds to hit the permanent hold. So now what I've done is taken it from a programmable thermostat back to our manual old style thermostat. So if I move it down to 76, it'll stay there forever until I move it again. Okay, so now we have the manual thermostat back. And now you say, well, you know what? Heating season's here now. I want to go back to my program. How do you do that? All you got to do is hit the run button right there. So you hit run. Now you see the temperature jump from 77 to 76. Your programs came back to life. Okay? It's that simple. And if you want to go back to your manual again, all you're going to do is just change to a different setting. And then there it says permanent hold. And go ahead and hit permanent hold. And now you're back to a manual thermostat. So it's pretty simple on how to do that.
All right. Thank you, Wayne. I certainly feel a little bit more comfortable with it now.
Yeah. So
thank you for taking this somewhat complicated piece of machinery and making it simplified for us. So we certainly thank you for joining us during this video. And if any more questions pop up, surely shoot those to me in an email, and we'll be happy to have Wayne come back out and show us how to do it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Wayne.
All right.
Any questions? Call David Deal at 5154. Now we'll just quickly review what the buttons do.
By the arrow up button, you're going to raise the temperature. And then if you come down, hit the button, arrow down, then that'll just lower the temperature for your comfort level. And then the arrow right and arrow left, that would be for if you're going to program the thermostat at some point. That won't be for everybody, but that would be to move your programmable thermostat to set it up as a programmable thermostat. And the same with the center button there. That center button is for when you go into the menu, it allows you to, if something's highlighted, to go into it. So, example, if you're moving the button up or down, and then you want programming or whatever you want, you push that, and that takes you into another program. So it allows you to keep going into the thermostat further when you're into the menu side of things. And then you have two buttons to the right. You have, let's go back to home and get out of there. So now you have the fan button here. And what that does is your indoor fan on the system would automatically come on and shut off when needed as your heating system comes on and off. But if you want to run the fan full time just to blow some air through the house, you hit the fan button, and then now it says fan on. So now the fan's going to run 24/7, and you can hear it kick on right now. So that'll continue to blow and blow until you go back and you hit the fan button again. It'll shut off, and then it'll go back to automatic. So that's where you normally would keep it as automatic setting. It doesn't say anything on there, but it's automatic. And then the other button to the far right, that says system. When you hit the system button, as you hit it, there's the heat mode. You hit system again. You got auxiliary heat. You won't use that one. Just ignore that. Hit it again. You got the off button. Shut your system off. You can open up the windows, the doors, air everything out, get some fresh air, and your system won't come on. And then you got one more, and then a cool setting, and that would be for your air conditioning. And then you can always arrow up or down to whatever temperature you want. So that's your system button is heat. You have off and you have cool. That's your three systems. And that's it.
Yes, so we're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. The way that she moves that thermometer